Okie dokie, we're back on the air. Alrighty. Yeah, stream died on me, so don't know why, but it happens. There we go. All right. So we are back on the air, like I said. Just got episode 203 published. It is up and ready for everybody to view and criticize. Please do so with brutal honesty. I had a little problem today with trying to do live feeds. You know, coming out of Memphis today, but looks like I forgot the end credits. I forgot the end credits on 203. Well, I don't care. I could have edited it and reposted it, but I'm gonna leave it just like that. I'm gonna leave that mistake in there on purpose. I am not a perfect human being. I don't know of any. That was a mistake I made. I could have fixed it before I put it out there, but because I didn't pay attention to what I was doing, was too busy ranting and raving about other things, I made a mistake. So I'm going to leave that in there on episode 203. No end title to 203. Now, let's see, episode 203 is me leaving Clearwater, Florida, going to Auburndale, Florida, because we were waiting for a load to be done. So that was March the 21st. So the next part, the second part of March 21st is going up to Lake City, I believe it was. I believe it was Lake City. Yeah, Lake City, Florida. Picking up a load of, I believe it was a load of lumber, if I remember correctly, heading north. So we are working on episode 204 right now. Why the chat wasn't working, but blah, blah, blah. All right, so right now we are working, like I said, on episode 204. We're going to do this video and post it tonight. That's for the 21st of March. And we're a little bit behind, But it's all well and good. So we got a little bit of cleaning to do. I want to go in and do some laundry here in a little bit. So I got dirty clothes to pick up and put in the bag and blah, blah, blah. Things falling all over the place. We all know that routine. So I have been with Melton Truck 10 months now. I actually have to think about that. Let's see, July 19th. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, okay, so April 19th will be 9 months. May, June, July, yeah. 9-10 months. It's around that time. As a flatbed driver now, instead of just a van driver, which I was at Watkins Shepherd, now part of Schneider, I definitely would say that Melton, for me, my perspective, is a much better run company than Watkins Shepherd or Schneider. What dealings I've had with the parent company. Well, first of all, being a flatbed driver instead of a van driver, I'm automatically paid better. I am definitely enjoying the actually having to think about my load a lot more than what I did at Watkins Shepherd. You know, I have much more control over, you know, how stuff gets set on the deck of my trailer than what I did when I was a van driver. You know, because when you're a van driver, you sometimes, you know, you pick up a loaded trailer with a seal on it. You don't get to inspect the load, which I think is wrong. You should be able to break any seal and replace it with one at any point in time as a van driver to make sure your load's okay. Because you're responsible for the load. It should be legally, you know, binding that you have the authority at any time to break that seal. Now, what the customers want, that's a different story. But as a flatbed driver, I always see my load. And I always have the full opportunity and power to change the securement on that load. Which I feel much more comfortable as a flatbed driver than I ever did as a van driver. Now, I did a lot of you know, deliveries of carpet, flooring, and furniture. I did a good amount of that. So I was always in the back of that truck unloading, tying, you know, putting up straps and load bars and moving product around on the inside for the individual customers that I would deliver to. You know, Home Depots, Lowe's, furniture stores, flooring stores, carpet stores. I did a lot of that. Now, it wasn't exactly, you know, a stressful job. I mean, the hardest part of that job was dealing with the people while I'm getting unloaded, sitting on the dock, you know, pulling the product off, you know, whatnot, and having to deal with their processes, which sometimes just didn't make any dang sense to me. And then you always got somebody with a bad attitude. That was always the worst. But, you know, like I said, as a flatbed driver, yes, I'm going to construction sites, industrial plants, a little bit more, you know, on a more regular basis. I'm going into places that I have to worry a little bit more about my tires, you know, whatnot. I had to change the way I drove. You know, driving a split axle or spread axle, whatever you want to call it, with a flatbed, or like what I'm driving with now, a step deck, you know, having to watch how sharp of a turn you take, you know, I have to worry about that now. Whereas, you know, driving a standard tandem, you know, tandem setup on a trailer, a dry van, I never had to worry about that. So I had to change the way I drove. I had to be a better driver because I had to watch more about what I was doing. I had to watch my corners a lot more closely. I have to watch my load as well as drive the truck a lot more closely to make sure that nothing shifts, nothing starts leaning, no securement brakes. You know, I got to manage tarps, straps, chains. You know, a whole lot of equipment that I have to deal with now, I didn't have to deal with as a van driver. And I think it's making, every day it's making me a little bit better of a driver. That I have to be concerned with many more things, and I have to keep account of that. Now, my ultimate goal as a truck driver is to move on to being a little more heavy haul. You know, like dealing with an RGN, you know, removable gooseneck. You know, heavy equipment. You know, basically using chains only to chain things down, but having to worry about wide load, the length, the weight, the height. You know, that's the kind of direction I wanted to move in. And, you know, after a couple of years of being just a plain old flatbed driver, I hope to move into that. Which is always, you know, I always want to try to improve. You know, make it, to do it a little bit better. To make do something a little bit harder, to challenge myself with. Which I guess I see people everywhere in the world, you know, in every job, not exactly doing that. But, like I say, to each their own. I'm just gonna keep doing, you know, trying to be professional, work on, you know, how to make the truck more livable. Keep working on YouTube because I enjoy doing it more so as a diary than anything else. I just passed 85, I just hit 85 subscribers last night, which was, that's always fun, you know, seeing that somebody would take a little bit of time to watch this idiot, you know, be a truck driver and you know, and watching his videos that he spends a bit of time editing and, you know, thinking of how things lay out. You know, I'm appreciative to everybody who watches at least once in a while. I don't care if you only watch one video a month. Hey, I'm grateful that you signed up. You signed up as a subscriber, and you don't watch any of them. You know, I just find it amazing that it's out there. It's in somebody's YouTube feed. Mudcrunched, you know, This Trucker's Life posted a video. It's always on somebody's feed. So whenever they go to YouTube, it's there for them to watch. I just find that amazing that that I get to do that, that I get to have that, ability. Excuse me. But it's always a neat, opportunity to do something like that. All right, well, since nobody's really watching, not too worried about it. Like I said, I'm using this more like a diary. I get to put my thoughts out there. Anybody who wants to watch it, not a problem. So I'm going to sign this off. Of course, it'll be on YouTube on my channel in perpetuity. I'm never going to delete something like this. So all I can say is please be safe out there, be courteous, be civil, try to be kind, and I just hope God blesses you and keeps you and yours safe, and have a good one out there. Keep on trucking, baby.